There's a nice negative space here in the background. There's kind of a blank spot, and that's where I have planned to put the hummingbird. And I have drawn him on another sheet of paper, and this is my sketch. This drawing was done from this photograph here. And one of the things that I like to do is use the head as a unit of measure to figure out how long the body should be. So I can either take a ruler, or I could take a compass or a pencil or any device to measure that to get a feeling of how long the body should be. So I'm thinking about proportions. Once I did my pencil sketch, I traced it on this tracing paper and made some corrections and made the detail a little bit better. And at this point I'm ready to transfer this drawing onto my board. I have made my painting a little bit smaller than life size. So I've wanted to make my hummingbird a little bit less than life size too. And one of the nice things about having a field guide is it gives the dimensions of the bird. I'm going to make this hummingbird into a rufous hummingbird, which is 3 3/4 inches long. And by using a ruler, I can see that my hummingbird is smaller than that. It's about 3/4 of the size of 3 3/4. And I think that my plant here is about 3/4 life size. So I'm hoping that my hummingbird is to scale with the size of the flower. Here's a wonderful book called The Hummingbird Book, and I'm actually going to use this photograph to help me with the detail of creating a rufous male hummingbird. This is actually a female calliope hummingbird, so I'm going to change the species and the sex using supplemental reference. In addition to having books, photographs, I also use what's called a morgue file, where I have a whole file about hummingbirds, and I've cut out various pictures of hummingbirds from calendars and magazines, etc. And I can use these to also help me with my final painting. So at this point, I'm going to place the hummingbird approximately where I think it should be. I think it should go about right here. The nice thing about the shape of this flower is it acts as an arrow and brings the eye right up to the hummingbird. And one of the things that I enjoy about this hummingbird that's in flight is that the wings are out of focus and it's creating the illusion of movement. And I've tried to echo that sort of blurriness and softness with the background here, because I want everything in the foreground to pop forward. So I think there's a nice tie-in with the blurred wings with the blurry background. At this point, I'm ready to transfer my hummingbird drawing onto my painting. What I need for that is a hard pencil, and I use a 6H pencil that's sharp. I use this light colored graphite paper when I want to transfer a drawing onto a sort of dark background. And I use this dark graphite paper when I want to transfer a drawing onto essentially a light background. The graphite paper has two sides. When you're using the dark graphite paper, it's important to use the side that's the darkest facing down towards your painting. When you're using the light graphite paper, it's important to use the lightest side facing your painting. And I simply slide the graphite paper underneath my sketch, and then I use my pencil and just retrace my lines. It's important that the drawing is flat. When I'm drawing my hummingbird, I pay close attention to the contour of the body. So I don't make straight lines. The body has curves and counter curves to it. I want to make sure that I pick up those subtle differences. And with any luck, that transferred my drawing onto the board. And here it is. Can't see it really well, but well enough for me to have a guide to paint it in.